Hey guys, so we're getting ready to load up to go to Treasure Lake. It's up in Cliffwood Beach. We're going to do a little investigating up there with and about William the Kid, who was a pirate back in the day, 16, 1700s. See what we can uncover and see what kind of views we can get. I'm not quite sure how I got started on Captain Kidd. I guess I was looking for things in New Jersey that were interesting, and I turned up pirates. Not only Captain Kidd, but also Captain Morgan and Blackbeard as well. They all have stories in New Jersey. But our story will revolve around Captain Kidd today. He was born in Scotland in the year 1645, and his real name is William Kidd. As a young man, he settled in New York City, which the English had just taken from the Dutch. He is said to have become a seaman's apprentice on a pirate ship. By 1689, he was a member of a French-English pirate crew sailing the Caribbean. During one of the voyages, Kidd and other crew members mutinied, ousting the captain and sailing to a local island where he was elected captain of the ship. Or possibly he was appointed by the governor of that island. The governor did not pay sailors for their defense or service. They instead told them to take their pay from the French. So Kidd and his crew decided to attack a local French island, Marie Galante, destroying its only town and looting the area of 2,000 pounds sterling. Later, during the War of the Grand Alliance, on commissions from the provinces of New York and Massachusetts Bay, Kidd captured an enemy privateer off the New England coast. Shortly afterward, he was awarded 150 pounds for successful privateering in the Caribbean. Later that year, his ship was stolen. Most of Kidd's business was in New York City, so the pirates returned there quite often. He eventually fell in love with a rich young lady from Monmouth County. Her name was Sarah, and this would be her third wedding by the time she was 21. Her previous two husbands passed away. They moved to New York on Pearl Street. Captain Kidd was very well known for pirating and sailing many areas around the world, including around the Cape of Good Hope and into Madagascar. He used to brag about burying treasure in every port he sailed. In 1698, Kidd raised the French colors and took his greatest prize, the 400-ton English merchant ship, the Cara Merchant. It was hired by American merchants, and it was loaded with satins, gold, silver, and an incredible variety of East Indian merchandise, as well as extremely valuable silks. This would surely make him a wanted man back at home in New York for raising French colors on the English ship. He did this because he knew the ship was rich. At this point, England officials classified Kidd as a pirate, and naval commanders were ordered to pursue and seek Kidd and his accomplices. During his pirating years, in 1697, Kidd and his gunner, William Moore, were on the deck of their ship when a Dutch ship appeared. Moore urged Kidd to attack, and Kidd refused. A fight broke out, and Kidd hit Moore over the head with a bucket. The next day, Moore died. This would become his undoing, as this was considered murder on the high seas. From then on, he continued to pirate. Eventually, most of his men mutinied to join a pirate called Culliford. At that point, Kidd decided to return to New York to see if he could buy or take care of the business to get him out of trouble. On his way there, knowing that he was wanted, he deposited some of his treasure on Gardiner's Island, hoping to use it for a bargaining tool. He was brought up on charges in New York for piracy. He and his wife spent a year in prison, and Kidd was placed in solitary as well. And that year, is said to have driven him at least temporarily insane. As the governor decided to distance himself from Kidd, he decided to send him back to England to stand trial for the murder on high seas of his shipmate, the one that he hit over the head with a bucket, and piracy for raising French colors and attacking the 400-ton merchant ship I previously mentioned. He was found to be useless to the leaders for even political purposes, and he was sentenced to hang for murder and 5 counts of piracy. He was hung on May 23, 1701, twice. On the first attempt, the hangman's rope broke and Kidd survived. He was hung again moments later, though. During his early years of pirating, Kidd romanced many women and was known to travel the areas of the Jersey Shore from Keyport down to Cape May. It was said that he romanced a Barnegat farm girl by the name of Amanda, and possibly had even buried treasure near Oyster Creek. Other places in the story of buried treasure is the boat landing near Toms River in a place called Money Island. This place, which is just inside the inlet, offered great protection for ships from the storms. Another place mentioned and made sense to me was Treasure Lake, now in a town called Cliffwood Beach. It's directly across the Raritan Bay from New York, and it's said to be one of the possible places he buried treasure. Some of his treasure was found off of Long Island as well, on Garner's Island. So I guess after hearing the story, I became a little interested in this tale. I don't know for sure whether there is buried treasure in any of the places, but I decided to go find 2 of those places and fly them. I also heard of 2 others. The other 2 are Wildwood and Cape May. One place that makes sense to me, being that he lived in New York, would be Treasure Lake, as it's directly across from New York, his home, and his wife. A nice close place to stash some of your loot. Some doubloons have been found in that area in the bay. And I know in Madagascar, a 55-kilogram bar of silver was found that was thought to be his. At low tide, I was told by a bicyclist that he sees people using metal detectors around that area in the bay. If there is treasure there, hopefully someone finds it, because I'm pretty sure it won't do Captain Kidd any good.